All right, guys, we're going to do another fun deck today. Going to do another RNG deck. It's basically a randomized deck that just does all randomness things, and we're going to see how it works. So it's probably going to be a loss, but that's okay. So let's go check out the deck I'm going to do. I don't know why I was going to play casual. Let's go to the decks. All right, so it's going to be the RNGesus deck. Somebody said I had to name it that, and I was like, I can't believe I didn't think of that, because that's what you always call these things. So it's very similar to the last deck we did. That was, where'd it go? It's Up to the Gods deck. So that one, also an RNG type deck. Here's that last list right there. So you're going to see a few similar cards, but I did try to change it up quite a bit here. So first change, we have Chupacabra. When drawn, all cards in both players' hand lose 10 power until played, and 3 opponents' random cards in hand lose 25 power. So there's our little random effect with that card. I don't think we had Multiverse in the other one either. So I've added a few good cards to try to make this deck somewhat a chance to win at least. So Multiverse is one of our good inclusions. When drawn, a random card in your hand gains plus 11 permanently. Also, a random card in your opponent's hand loses minus 11 permanently. And then also, when played, it buffs our cards plus 11. We have the Christmas Truce. So this is interesting. Zero cost card with 40 power. So that alone, I feel like is pretty decent. When played, all cards in both players' hand lose 40 power this turn. And then return a random card in your hand. When returned, a random card in your hand gains plus 120 power next turn. And an opponent's random card in hand gains plus 120 power next turn. So, as you can see, it's basically we want to play this with our cards like Multiverse or something that is going to be a low power card like Van Fortress. So we don't lose the full 40, but our opponents do. So that's kind of the thing with that is it's kind of a situational. You want to try to play it when you're not going to lose your full 40 power. We have Sigmund Freud, a new inclusion. At the start of each round or turn, a random card in either player's hand gains plus 10 power, and a random card in either player's hand loses 10 power this turn. So just a nice little who knows what's going to happen type card. Last time we did add Shawarma, so we added it again. When played, 5 random cards from either player's hand gain plus 25 power this turn. Reveal before scoring. So we can put it out there, see what it's going to do. If our opponent picked those cards to try to play this turn, we can pull that card Shawarma back and choose not to play it. So we'll be able to see which cards it's buffing and choose then if we want to do it or not. So kind of interesting. Iron Maiden added for the energy. And then it does have a random effect where a random card in hand on our opponent's hand loses 25 power for the round, and a random card in our hand gains plus 15 power for the round. A couple more new inclusions here. We've added Venus Flytrap. It's going to lock a random card in our opponent's hand, and if it's the first turn, it gains when it is drawn this turn, it gains plus 20 power. Tasmanian Devil, just a nice high power card for only 5 energy. When drawn, a random card in your hand loses 25 power this round. So if we hopefully draw it towards the later part of the round, it doesn't affect us. We could probably hold the card, or hopefully it hits something like the Set of All Sets that's just sitting in our hand anyway, not really hurting us is kind of what I'm hoping. We have Eggnog. When drawn, a random card in your hand gains plus 50 power until played, and then also a random card in our hand loses 20 until played. We have Poltergeist, which is 4 random cards from either player's hand gain plus 22 power until played, and then 4 random cards from either player's hand lose 22 power until played. Brussels Sprouts, another card that I was told I needed to have in that very first RNG deck, so we decided to add it on this second playthrough. So when drawn, 2 random cards in either player's hand lose 40 power this turn. And then also when drawn, 2 random cards in either player's hand gain 40 power this turn. So very similar to Poltergeist. Another new inclusion we have is Polyphemus. When drawn, this card loses 60 power this turn. and an opponent's random card in hand loses 15 power permanently. So it's just for the turn. So once you draw it, you can just hold it for that turn and then choose to play it the following turn, and you won't. It'll have its 60 power back. Or you can combo it with Christmas Truce. Once it has 0 power, you play it out with Christmas Truce, and then it doesn't really matter. But the effect of the card itself is still dinging the opponent 15. We've added Brutus. This is another new inclusion. When drawn, an opponent's random card in hand loses 23 power permanently. So just dinging our opponent again. We already talked about Set of All Sets a little bit. But at the start of each turn, this card gains +7 permanently, and another random card in your hand gains +7 permanently. So that's just another good way for us to try to win. So we had it in the last deck as well. It's just a good card. Lord of Misrule is a new card. When drawn, 2 random cards in either player's hand lose 15 power this turn, and a random card in your hand gains +30 power this turn. So for only 3 energy, you're going to at least get that 55 power, and then it's going to ding at least 2 people, right? So it could be us, could be somebody else, but it seems like it's getting its money's worth on the power for only 3 energy. Ghost just for the energy, nothing to really talk about with that. Van Fortress, when drawn, an opponent's random card in hand and 3 random cards in either player's hand lose 15 each this round. Added just because it's a cheap 2-drop. I think we had it in the last deck as well, but I was trying to add primarily new cards, but it got to where most of the new cards were just too expensive. So I needed to have these lower 2-drop, 3-drop cards. So you'll see some of my cheaper cards, like the Poltergeist and Van Fortress, some of these 2, 3, 4 cards, I re-added to the deck because I needed some cheaper cards to play. I think I swapped out like the card that's the Hydra. Had that in here originally. It was a 6-drop. It's just too expensive. Tried it a couple games and just wasn't doing well. Last card is Hage Dorn Temperature. Give 3 random opponents' cards in hand -5 permanently. So we'll try that out, see if that works decent. I like the debuff permanent effects. All right, well, that's the deck. So hopefully our randomized, the gods are good to us on this game. And let's give it a go. We'll probably just do 1 game with this since it's just a fun deck. It's probably not going to do that great. We're going to play it in casual and see how we do. So just a nice quick video for this one. Hopefully, that works out for everybody. It's always a good opportunity to say if you guys like these kind of videos, like the content, please go ahead and subscribe. Help me, get this channel going, get some followers and some support. And then, of course, like and comment if you guys like the video. And here we go. So Sigmund Freud already looks like it hurt itself. Chupacabra coming in, dinging everything, hurting our opponent. We're going to want to play that Venus Flytrap now, get the full effect. And it just also got buffed, which is nice. So definitely going to play it now. I want to get multiverse. Oh, do I want to get multiverse down? No, let's get Brussels sprouts back in there. Since our multiverse wouldn't hit 3 cards, need a little bit more energy. All right, off to a good start here. Looks like our opponent's rocking a baseball build. I actually did a video myself on a baseball deck. If you guys are curious on that, you can go check it out. I just do it like this. Get these good cards back in our deck. Like to try to get them again towards the later rounds. Looks like we're doing pretty good off to the start here, so I'll take that. Deck's been not the greatest, obviously, because it is random. So some games it does good, some games it struggles a little bit if it's things aren't going the way you want. But that's the fun of the deck. So he's playing 3 cards. We're up 142. I wonder if we have a chance here if we just play our strongest power down. So I think I'm just going to do that and see if I can win the round. think we do. Should be good. All right, so round 1 in the books. There's our Christmas Truce. As you see, our Polyphemus also triggered, so it's at 0 power right now. So Christmas Truce wouldn't be the worst play with Van Fortress either, since it's only originally was only 15. Could also just play it with Lord of Misrule. Let's do it like this. Nobody gets anything. Heck yeah. But one of our cards is going to get buffed here. So we want to play that now for sure. And we want to see what it's going to trigger. So we're probably going to want to play it too. Hopefully not set of all sets here. I'm hoping Polyphemus gets the plus 25. Nope. So it's going to be Ghost. So luckily we can play all of those. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Good turn for us there. We're also going to get that energy off Iron Maiden and one off of Ghost. So it's going to help us going forward here. In the lead, 109 currently. Just drew our eggnog here, so it's going to plus 50 something. Looks like it plussed itself. Brutus hitting our opponent. Ooh, there we go. Good poltergeist for us. 3 of our cards got that plus 22. So that's looking good. So I do want to play this one and this one. Do I want to play poltergeist as well? Just to get it out of the way? I think I do. I think I just want to get it gone. Get her gone. All right, looks like we got round 2 as well. Deck's doing really well against his, whatever this guy's playing. Titanium here. There's our Tasmanian Devil. So we drew him not at the most opportune time. I'm glad he hit set of sets, though. That's perfect for us. That's what we were originally planning on him doing, is hopefully hitting that card. Looks like our Brussels sprouts hurt the devil, though, on that turn. So probably going to want to wait. Do we want to get this card out of our hand? Yeah, I think we probably do. All right, Devil's back to 96. So let's go ahead and play him now. See, I knew Freud was going to buff him. That's why I said 96, in case you guys missed that. I did this video once earlier today. Didn't go well, so I did it again. No, I'm just kidding. That was a time travel joke. Terrible, I know, guys. Terrible. In the future, I did this video and it was terrible. So I did it again and it was terrible again. The gods, they hate me. All right, we got a nice lead here at the last turn of the round. So I'm thinking this is probably in the bag for us. Let's go ahead and get Christmas Truce down. Let's do set of all sets and just see if we can close this out. Alright guys, well that's the deck, and that's going to be it for this video. I'm not going to play a second game with it just because it's kind of a luck-based deck, so don't really see the need. You guys got to see pretty much everything this deck does just in that one game, so I think that'll be it. Try to get some shorter videos here and there, so not all of them are 30 minutes long, and not everybody wants to see 30-minute long videos every time, so we'll make some short ones as well for those of you that like that. But all right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the content. Again, please shoot me a like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoy it, and thanks for watching.